Hey guys, welcome back to Mini TV, and I am back with another video. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to make Puerto Rican empanadas, and this is after the fact, honey, because they are so good. So this is what they look like, and so if you're interested in learning how to make Puerto Rican empanadas, stay tuned for the video. Okay guys, so we already have 1 pound of lean ground beef in a pot. I haven't turned it on yet because I wanted to show you guys, but in this bowl I have a half of a large onion, a half of a green pepper, and a half of a red pepper. You can also use a little bit more than half because I use a little bit more than half. I don't really measure anything, but for the purposes of this video I will measure things. So I have my pot heating up, and I'm gonna start off by putting this in here before you season it, because these all have their own natural flavors and you don't want to like over season the meat. And then I have a 1/4 cup of already made sofrito. I know, bad in the Spanish culture, because you know they like to make their own, and that's great and stuff, but I don't have a blender to make it, so I'm not gonna just buy a blender just to make sofrito. And then I have a tablespoon of freeze-dried cilantro, and I'm just gonna cook all of this up together, and then I will let you guys see the next step once this is cooked up. And for a lot of us, you know, these calderos, they get very hot, so you need a pot holder for them. So once the meat is brown and cooked, we'll come back to the next step. Okay. So we have the next step, and the next step is I have 6, oh Lord, it's fogging up. I have 6 olives stuffed with peppers, sliced up, and I have about a teaspoon of capers, and we're gonna throw that in there. Mix that around. You could really do 8 or 10 olives, or maybe even 12, but I'm not really an olive person, but it does add a nice little like natural saltiness to it. So I usually use olives inside my food, that way I don't have to use too much salt. And then I'm gonna add 4 ounces of this tomato sauce, so about half the can. And we're gonna mix it all up. and just let it cook down until it dries. And then you can add your little bit of salt and pepper. I'm gonna use adobo because it has other things in it. And then you just let this come dry up some, and I'm gonna add a little bit of some adobo, the red top in here. So we're just gonna sprinkle some in, and I'm also gonna add some cumin. Not a lot, just a little bit. And then let that cook up, and I'll let you guys see me stuffing the disc. So that is our meat cooling down. I'm gonna bring you into the next step. I did add a little bit more of adobo and cumin in here. You can also add a little bit of salt if you choose, but I didn't because adobo already has a high sodium level. So I think it's perfect like this. Let's get into filling the empanada shell. So this is where the fun comes in, because I have a little bit of cheese here, some mozzarella cheese that I'm gonna also put inside of these, and I have some defrosted empanada shells. Let me zoom out some so you guys can see. I have some empanada shells here that are defrosted in the fridge, and we're just gonna, I don't know, cut this open. Cut this open. And get started with filling these bad boys. So what I love about these is that they have individual, like, you know, parchment papers in between. These you have to work very fast because, you know, you need they get hard around the edges. As you can see, this one is hard around the edges, and it's feeling like all of them are, so it's going to be a bit of a task, but that's okay. You need a tablespoon. Each one could hold about a tablespoon and a half. So you just want to take your meat filling like this, put it smack dab in the middle, and I take a little bit more, so about a tablespoon and a half, and then I usually add some cheese in there, and then I just close it with the fork. So add a little bit of cheese like that, and then we take it and we try to fold it in half like this, and then press it down with the fork. And it's hard because the edges are hard, so hopefully these don't open when I'm frying them. So I'm gonna get through all 10 of these, and then I'm gonna show you the end result. Okay, y'all, so when they're all done, they're supposed to look like this. Now, I am about to add some vegetable oil into a pot and fry these bad boys up until they're golden brown. So, let's get into it. Yeah, it's starting to fry up good. So, let's add 2 at a time. And once the backs are brown, you can flip it over. So this right here is what you want them to look like. Nicely golden and brown. Fried good. And I have 8 more to go. So guys, this is how you make Puerto Rican empanadas. And I will cut into one in a second. Hold on. Okay, so these are very hot, but this is what it looks like in the inside. And I'm so excited to eat these. I'm trying to get it to like focus in good. It's not focusing in, guys. I'm trying to get it. It won't focus in for me, but I'll take a picture.
Sometimes we're insecure, we're fragile sometimes.